Hi, I'm Marianne Cardinier with unboundedandfree.com. I'm the frequency energy expert, and I mentor people, the more sensitive and aware, and those needing to go deeper, move out of their conflicted state and into greater self mastery for a calmer, more self directed, and fulfilling life. I'm doing this little recording because I got an interesting email from a client, uh, and it's around how to organize yourself for doing sessions because I offer individual sessions and I also offer packages, and then I also offer programs and events. So I have my main program right now is the Pure Life Infusion series, and I've got some events lined up for the coming year. So how to put that all together. And there's also a lot of my clients work with other people in the arena, in the same arena. And so how do you mix it all together? So here are my thoughts, and I hope that this is helpful for you. So first, take a look at what you want to do. Do you have like a really pressing issue that you just can't work around? You just can't, you get so far, but it still feels kind of stuck. Well, one session might be just fine for that because it's like, especially if you worked on something and you're just at that place where you're just kind of not moving forward, then you can do a session, go boom, go cut right through it. Uh, one session can be nice to just because you're at a place. It's like, okay, I need a little boost, and I know I need someone else to help me. There's a lot that we can do for ourselves, but having somebody look at us from an external position can be really helpful because they're seeing it from a different angle and they're seeing it outside of our context of uh, patterns and distortions that we filters that we're not looking beyond. So that can be really, really useful also, and I certainly have had, clients come through one session, and then a little later, they show up, for another session here and there, kinda in that way. For a package, you might have something that like a bunch of things, or it's maybe nondescript, and it's like, "Okay, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not really clear with what's what." So, a package can be really useful because you keep chipping away at something. And what happens well, this happens with anytime you make an appointment, your spirit starts to get, "Okay, let's get ready for this," and starts lining things up, bringing things to the surface. When you do a package, what happens is that happens over and over again, and so every time it's like, "Okay, let's bring up more stuff, let's bring up more stuff, let's bring up more stuff." So that can be a really interesting way to work is just like, okay, let's do package. We're just gonna go through a bunch of stuff and being willing to see what comes up. Now, there's also the piece where I'm offering different, my Pure Life Infusions program series and events. So how do you combine those with sessions? So one of the things you could do is it's not an either or thing. It's a question of how you want to organize yourself around your growth, your uh, in self mastery, your journey on this path that you're on becoming more of yourself and awakening and all that. So with the Pure Life Infusion series, one thing that you can do is you can combine either an individual session or a package. So with the Pure Life Infusions, first of all, it's a group thing and it's once a week. And with each week, we really dive in intensely into get you really infused intensely into a particular focus, and it's a very nourishing environment. So it really kind of feeds you from within and really amplifies what we're focusing on for that session internally to you. And in that process, that clears out a lot of stuff. So, whether it's a session or a package, you can use a session work to get in more deeply into clearing out and diving more into that topic for yourself, because in a group, I mean, the individuals do get that work in a group, but it's still a little bit more generalized than if you have an individual session where it's just the focus is just on you. And the same is true with events. So events have a particular focus, and we kind of dive in very deeply. So, for example, our next upcoming event is around clearing out all the old stuff and really preparing ourselves to move forward into the new um, for what's coming up for us, whether it's the year or the month or whatever. And so you could do one session in conjunction with that, either before or after the event. So if you do it after the event, what happens is during the event, your spirit is like, cleaning stuff out. It's a little bit more general because we're in a group setting again, but your spirit's like, okay, we're going to have a session after this. So really, after after the event, well, there will be a tendency to really bring things up to the surface even more deeply that pertains specifically to you and that topic. Like what's really holding you back from moving forward. Let's bring that to the surface because there's a big knot here. If you do the session before, it would kind of get you prepared, kind of dive in deep, and then the event itself might help to kind of provide a more nourishing and uh, atmosphere for you to do some more cleaning out, but also more generalized reinforcing. Now, the third piece here is about working with doing other people's work and combining it, whether it's my work or anybody else. So you've got two people that you're working with that are in the same modalities, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I would suggest doing is taking a look at how they work together. Is it balanced to do both? Is it complementary? If you have two facilitators that are working too much in the same way, that's not going to benefit you as much. So there's some people really go in there and just cut through the chase and really dig in deep and just cut everything away. So a good balance to that would be something that's nourishing and that's supportive. So my Pure Life Infusion series are definitely more of that nourishing environment. Um, and also, so that would be like a good combination with somebody who goes in really deep. My sessions are like that, but they also bring in that flavor of helping you gain mastery. So it can be likened to rehabilitate, going to a physical therapist, and so what I do is more than just bringing in frequencies of rehabilitation. There's a whole process of how I work with people that is my style, and so helping you to develop that strength and confidence within yourself. So that would also be a good match. That could be a good match with somebody who does more of the nourishment, and then you come in and do more of the individualized strengthening of yourself kind of thing. So it's not one or the other. It's a question of how to combine, or what's right for you in the moment. So sit with that when you're making those decisions for yourself, and what serves you best in this moment, in what's going on for you at this time. Could be one thing now, and then down the road it could be something, a totally different combination. So be open to what you're getting directed to do. Hope this was useful. If you liked the video, please click like down below, and subscribe to my channel if you want more of similar information, and also other interesting um, videos such as little frequency infusion samplers and stuff that I've already started doing. So thanks for joining me, and see you around in the ethers or wherever.